YouTube, good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the True Conductor Show. Saturday in Proverbs is what this is called. Um, I started this back in September. We went through a month in Proverbs. Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. And when you don't have 31 days, of course, you keep reading to catch up. All right? And King Solomon was the author of Proverbs. He also was the wisest man ever, and no man will be as wise as King Solomon. So look like if you can learn something from the wisest man ever. You see, and that's what it's going to boil down to, how you live in your life. That's at the end, when you close your eyes, you're going to be judged by how you lived your life. That's what people going to respond to. All right? So since today is the 2nd of December, we're going to start on the 2nd chapter of Proverbs. All right? So let's pray and get in the word. Father, I thank you for another day. Together around your word, Lord, speak through my mind, speak through my heart, speak through my lips, so that I may precisely articulate your word to pierce the hearing of your children, so that they may gain an understanding how to live this righteous lifestyle you've ordained us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. And let me say this. Now, tomorrow, what's going on, Devin? Thank you for joining me, brother. Now, a lot of people are going to treat Sunday as the Sabbath. Your calendar goes from Sunday to Saturday. That's what your calendar go by. But your week goes from Monday to Sunday. Now, which one you gonna follow? Your week or your calendar? I choose to follow the calendar. That's why I don't do tours on Saturday. Okay, you don't see me doing a whole lot on Saturday, because this God's day. And he's ordained this as your day of rest. That ain't the time for this, brother. My son, if you receive my words and treasure my commands within you, so that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Verse 3, yes, if you cry out for discernment and lift up your voice for understanding. Verse 4, if you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures. Verse 5, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Verse 6, for the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. Man, let me go back and share this again. Listen, verse 2, so that you incline your ear to wisdom. Now, y'all know how I like to do. I don't want to take it for granted that you know some of these words, what they mean. So let me give you a definition for wisdom. Okay? Wisdom, the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Wisdom, the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Okay? So that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Let's look up that word understanding. Understanding, the ability to comprehend. When you understand something, you can use it. You can apply it. You know where it fits when you understand something. Okay? So that you incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Yes, if you cry out for discernment. Let's look up that word, discernment. Discernment, the ability to judge well. Discernment, the ability to be able to judge well. And you got people every day gonna tell you you can't judge them, but you can. You can discern them. And that's a form of judgment. Yes, if you cry out for discernment and lift up your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. Verse 6, for the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Verse 7, he stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. Listen, he stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly. And a lot of y'all think you wasting your time because you trying to do it the right way and you ain't seeing the results you want to see. And God say, when the shit hits the fan, he gonna be your shield. And you worried. Verse 8, he guards the path of justice and preserves the way of his saints. Verse 9, then you will understand righteousness and justice, equity, and every good path. Verse 10, when wisdom enters your heart and knowledge is pleasant to your soul. Verse 11, discretion will preserve you. Understanding will keep you. Now, you know what? See, when I look at that particular verse, I see Joe Smith's wife. She ain't nothing discreet about her, because she busting it open on OnlyFans. See, that ain't discretion when everybody can have you. That's not discreet. Okay? Verse 12, to deliver you from the way of evil, from the man who speak perverse things, from those who lead the path of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness. And right now, man, you can get money quicker on the dark side than you can in the light. Go negative, man. You get rich overnight. And going positive, they look at you with suspicion. And see, and let me tell y'all something. See, when the train starts moving, everybody gonna be to jump on the positive bandwagon, and they ain't got no foundation that they done built. See, I'm ahead of the pack because I've been out here 3 years with my stop hating each other because you disagree. I'm known. I'm known all over the world. Yeah, you might laugh, say, yeah, what? But you still, yes, I'm still in a hotel for now. I ain't in my car. I'm in a hotel. I can take a shower. I can use the bathroom. A lot of people can't even do that. And you think I'm upset and I'm disappointed and I got some luxuries a lot of people don't even have? Hey, Tanya, thank you for joining me. You see, so everybody's going to want to jump on the bandwagon. And it's going to be too late. Now you following. See, most folk don't want to get out of their head. They want to sit back and wait for the crowd. All right. Let's see. Verse 14. Who rejoice in doing evil and delight in the perversity of the wicked. Verse 15. Whose ways are crooked and who are devious in their path. Verse 16. To deliver you from the immoral woman, from the seductress who flatters with her words. And that's how a lot of these young brothers are getting caught up, because they are paying attention to the flattery. And she know you married. She know you got a woman. And yet she's still pursuing you, and you don't find that strange. You think it's because you got it going on. And you can't even see the trap. Because your ego, you thinking with the wrong head. That's why you getting out here getting all these babies. And you got to pay all this different child support. No wonder you got to keep your nose to the grinding stone. Look at your responsibility. Look at what you got to take care of. All because you don't have no discipline. Verse 17. Who forsakes the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. Verse 18. For her house leads down to death, and her path lead to the dead. Verse 19. None who go to her return, nor do they regain the paths of light. Verse 20. Man, did y'all hear that? Listen. For her house leads down to death, and her paths to the dead. Verse 19. None who go to her return. None who, that's a harlot. That's a hoe. And the Bible say, if you go to her, you among the dead. You ain't coming back, buddy. It's a wrap. And look how they glamorize this. They got this sin glamorized. And it's just sucking people in. Just sucking them in because they falling for the glamour. And then when they get in it and find out it ain't what they thought it was, it's too late. It's too late now. And that's why you got so many suicides. That's why you got so many suicides. Verse 20, so that you may walk in the way of goodness and keep to the paths of righteousness, for the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. Verse 22, but the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. And y'all think how you living don't matter. And y'all think doing it the right way is a waste of time, because you ain't seeing the results of taking a shortcut, doing it the wrong way. It's up to you, man, because everything that you do is going to go to your future. Because if you could change your past, you wouldn't be living the life you living now. And that's what a lot of folk don't realize. There ain't nothing you can do to change your past. Every action you take, man, is designed to go into your future, whether it be good or whether it be bad. All right? It's going into your future. All right? So that's it for Proverbs, Saturday in Proverbs, y'all. I'm going to come back tonight because, I got some stuff I want to talk about. So often we take for granted that people know things. And a lot of them are great pretenders. That's why we don't get the participation from parents in PTA. Because a lot of parents don't want to come in there and show just how dumb they are. They worse than their kids. So they play it off by not showing up at all. And we take for granted that they know how to help their children with their homework, and they don't. And they too embarrassed to admit it. And we ain't putting no situations in place to be able to compensate for that. That's what we gonna have to do, man. We gotta put some situations in place to compensate for what's missing. A lot of these kids don't have structure. A lot of them don't have discipline. And yet, that's how you judging them. Like they supposed to have it, and they don't. And you're not making a way for them to get it. But you punish them though. And there are times punishment is needed. But that shouldn't be the first default. That should not be the first option. See, and the reason a lot of this stuff is out of control is because the boundaries are not clear. When you are a no-nonsense person, you have a boundary. And everybody know where your boundary is. And see, and well, man, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, because if I go down it, I'm gonna be down it, and I ain't trying to mess my Saturday up, because I want to rest today. I'm gonna get me some rest today. That's what I'm gonna do. Saturday is one of the best days ever for you to sleep in. Turn your phone off, turn your TV off, turn everything off. And just be with you and God, and see what you come up with. And see, and this is one of the. See, you can be dishonest to man, But you can't be dishonest with God because God knows your heart. God knows what's in your mind. See, you can fool man, but you can't fool God. And you got a lot of people running around right now trying to fool God, thinking God gonna fall for their flim flam, for their sob story, for their excuse. And God is saying, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't blame that on me. You know, it's like you ever seen people run out and get in debt, buying new cars and new houses and talking about how God blessed them and they can barely pay the note? That ain't no blessing from God. Stop blaming God for your egotistical decision. That was your ego that got you in that debt. And you trying to play it off like it's God. And if it was from God, how come it got repossessed? If it was from God, why did it get repossessed? And I'm telling you that because I done made that mistake. I went out and got in debt, buying some trucks that I couldn't afford, thinking that, business is gonna pick up, and fell flat on my face, man. Fell on my face. And what saved me was the fact when I had them, I didn't mind helping people. When I had the trucks, because I always looked like this, when they wanted to be impressive, they called me. And that's how, and somebody helped me because I was helpful. When I didn't have, somebody helped me. And I wouldn't be in business today if it wasn't for Loba Tours. I wouldn't be in business today. Joe is the one, man, for 2 years carried me. 2 years he carried me. It sure did. 2 years. That's why I'm still sitting here today, because of Loba Tours. So I don't be trying to tell people what other folk are going through. I try to share in real time how I'm dealing with it, what I see. And man, you don't think, man, I get nervous, I get scared. I have doubt sitting on this shoulder and fear sitting on this shoulder. I got it. But and see, the Bible says faith without works is dead. And I submit that works is more mental than it is physical. Because, man, to stay positive, to keep focus on the fact that you are in possession of, that requires work. That requires work, buddy. And see, a lot of people think that faith without works is physical. Now, that's a mental thing, man. Because you telling yourself something that ain't true, and you trying to and make it is true, believing it as it's true. You're believing it as it's true. And when you believe something, you expect it. Let me say that again. See, when you believe something, you expect it. You believe you're going to get paid every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, you expecting some kind of paycheck. You expecting some compensation. You don't have no doubt about that. Well, that's the same thing with faith. You had to believe you got that 100 million. You had to believe that. And you can't be concerned about where it's coming from. What did he just say? 100 million? I said 100 million. And that's probably lowballing myself. But that's a good number to start out at, 100 million. Imagine how you would feel if you was in possession of $100 million. Imagine just for 1 second, how would you feel? Would you feel this same way you feeling now? Will you be dealing with the anxiety you dealing with now? If you had $100 million, how cocky would you be? How arrogant would you be if you had $100 million? I mean, think about that, man. A lot of y'all can't even wrap your head around that kind of number for yourself. But yet, there are people that do it every day. Some people, $100 million is child's play. There's some people in the world right now. $100 million, that's just like this right here, this penny. That's what $100 million is to them. It's a penny. And look how that would change your life. Look at the impact that would make on your life. And for some people, that ain't nothing. What? 100 million? You know, and most of y'all would get it and be consumers. Because you have no wealth generating ideas ready to go. And see, and if I can advise anybody that's creative, man, create your ideas. Whether you have the money to get them off the ground or not, still create them. So that when money do come, you got an assembly line of ideas that you can finance now. And look at all of these streams of income that you now can create. Because you don't have to go in the lab to make them. You already got it made. And you just got an assembly line ready to go. And as that assembly line starts running, more ideas are going to be able to manifest themselves because now you got the resources. See, now you got the pump is now primed, is running. All you got to do is keep feeding it. That's all you got to do. But see, most folk don't want to make the sacrifice in the beginning to sit down and get some of this stuff done. They want it to fall out the sky. And it ain't going to fall out the sky for you, man. You're going to have to put some work in. You're going to have to put some sacrifice in. You're going to have to make some mistakes. Because that's how you're going to learn from the mistakes that you're making. And see, and the object of success is to eliminate mistakes. That's when you're successful. You eliminate mistakes. See, you ain't got to start over. All right? Hey, man, thank y'all for joining me. I like this. Just being able to share with people. Some get it, some don't. Them that don't, hey, Them that do, man, thank you so very much. All right? Thank you. Like, share, hit my Cash App, do whatever. Okay? And I see y'all later.